As the 70s moved on, the Philly sound gave way to new beats. The whole world went disco, including these girls next door. But these disco queens owed their success to one thing: the family.
I think it's because they were sisters and they had the same tones and living together, that makes a difference. Just being together all the time. So they understood, they each captured the essence of each other, you know what I mean?
We are family. I got all my sisters with me.
Sister Sledge took the girl group sound back to its roots with their homegrown harmonies. This was about sisters doing it for themselves.
We are family. I got all my sisters with me.
For the Sledge sisters, music was in their blood.
It was Grandma. She used to say, "Come over to the piano." And she would give us parts. I mean, we were about 3, 4, 5, and 7. And she would just have us doing exercises and give us our little harmonies. And we would sing.
Sing along now. Shoo-be-doo-be-doo-be-doo-ba-ba.
They began performing in local venues. Then in 1972, their lives changed.
While we were performing at a club, someone came in and saw our show and just said, "Hey, we want to sign you up with Atlantic Records."
Cross my heart, baby. I love you, boy.
I remember them bringing in these little girls in the studio, and the youngest one was 13. Then I heard them open their mouths up to sing. And I says, "What?" I said, "Is all that coming from these little kids?"
Every round gets a little bit rougher. I come back just
And little 13-year-old Kathy, I couldn't believe it. She had, oh man, she had a lot of heart, you know? She had a husky voice for a little kid.
to make it.
Her voice is just gelled.
Every hurt sinks a little bit deeper.
Philadelphia's answer to the Jackson 5 hit the road.
Protect our love.
We actually paid our dues. We worked everywhere, Philly to New York, and that's when we met Niall and Bernard from Chic.
Nile Rodgers and Bernard Edwards were studio producers from New York who'd created the smooth disco sound of Chic. But they'd only ever worked with anonymous session singers.
The president started talking about this group that they had called Sister Sledge.
They were given a choice to pick a group, and they felt we were one that they could just sort of mold. And it was an interesting relationship.
The sisters were taken from Philly to the flesh pots of New York City.
When we first met Sister Sledge, we never met girls like this. They were the most innocent, religious, nice girls. We're from New York. We didn't know, I don't mean anything bad, but we didn't know nice girls, not like that. All of the women that we knew were all club girls. Disco girls, party girls, that's what I was attracted to. It was exciting to me. When I meet these 4 girls who are very young and innocent and had problems with our lyrics, the first song we gave to them was "He's the Greatest Dancer." And the lyric went,
Arrogance but not conceit. As a man, he's complete.
"My creme de la creme, please take me home." They had a big problem with that. They had like, excuse me, Niall, we don't want to send a message like that we can go out to a club and meet a man and he would just take us home.
It kind of insinuated that, you know, loose women.
It's a song. It's no big deal. It's really funny because they did not want to sing that lyric.
So we changed it to "Please Don't Go Home."
Halston, Gucci, Fiorucci. He looks like a steal. That man is dressed to kill.
We basically created their world. We wanted Sister Sledge to reflect the whole disco thing. We wanted them to talk about, you know, designers, you know, Halston, Gucci. No one talked about stuff like that in music yet.
I don't ever even remember them wearing any of that designer stuff, you know. Not at all. Never. Not once did I see that.
Although the sound and image were created for them, this new formula worked. Sister Sledge became the girl group of the disco era. But there was even more to come, when Nile Rodgers created a song with a sisterly theme.
We're taking out all these notes, and there's the essence of the song that became We Are Family. It's all right there.
We Are Family, they actually Taylor wrote for us.
You know, everyone can see we're together as we walk on by.
We did that. That was one take. That was a one-take tune.
Everyone can see we're together as we walk on by.
We've seen that song bring healing to so many people. I believe it was a direct gift from God that He gave us the privilege of singing.
Have faith in you and the things you do.
The wholesome family image took We Are Family out of the discos and into pop history.
We are family. Sing it to me. I got all my sisters and me.
But by the 80s, the disco bubble had burst and Sister Sledge were out of fashion. Stuck with the disco label, the record company didn't know what direction to take them in.
I don't think that they really understood how do we direct this group.
They continued to record, but nothing matched the dizzy heights of the disco era. The girls thought it was all over, but then, in 1985, a new song came their way.
That song really surprised all of us because it was just a little ditty, but it became this international success.
The cutesy pop sound of Frankie also had family appeal and hit #1 here in the UK.
I loved Frankie. It was just a silly, happy song about someone who was in love with Frankie. And it did great.
Way back when we were friends, going together, but then you left me, Frankie.
Over the years, the Sledge family has continued to grow, and pregnancies, no problem.
We had a fifth sister, Carol. And whenever Debbie was out, Carol would come right on in. And then when Debbie got back, Carol would move right on out, and Debbie would come back. So it worked for us.
Have faith in you and the things you do.
In Osmond-like fashion, there's now a second generation of Sledges who also sing. They've become a pop franchise, a family business that may even outlast time itself. Before the 80s, girl groups were groomed like a beautiful pony. But in 1982, a British group came along who kicked down the stable door. At the end